As members of a unique historical group, a Clovis couple is working to petition the Mormon Church to turn what they believe is sacred ground over to the government for safekeeping.
This fall, they joined hundreds of others at a special ceremony at the site of the Mountain Meadows massacre in southern Utah. Clint Olivier joins us with the emotional story of how descendants and church leaders could find themselves working together.
Well, guys, it's been 150 years since the Fresno-bound immigrants were brutally killed in southern Utah, but for a Clovis couple and hundreds of others, the emotion surrounding their deaths hasn't gone away.
William James Miller, 9. Armilda Miller Tackett, 22. The little baby, John Mitchell. The LaFoon family. Alexander Fancher, 45, my great-great-great-grandfather.
From different parts of the country, hundreds gather in southern Utah to remember. Some of them call it the first 9/11, but all the victims' descendants know what happened here as the Mountain Meadows Massacre.
When they got down to this point in the meadow here, and they had the wagons circled right here on this very spot, and were attacked. Ended right here.
Descendant Frank Kirkman and his wife Diane are from Clovis, and their connection to the massacre is a big one. More than 100 men, women, and children on the Fancher wagon train were on their way from Arkansas to Frank Kirkman's great-great-grandfather's ranch in what is now southeast Fresno when they camped in the Mountain Meadows. Historians say after a short siege, the emigrant men were disarmed by local Mormon leaders who promised them safe passage. Soon after, all but about 15 children were slaughtered. It was September 11th, 1857. Evidence from the attack on the wagon train can still be seen out here at Mountain Meadows. Take a look at this rock right here. You can still see the pockmarks from the bullets fired by the immigrants as they tried to fight back. On this day, a ceremony commemorating the massacre is bringing together about 400 descendants of the victims, descendants of the perpetrators, and current leaders of the LDS or Mormon Church. The church owns the land in this valley and has built and maintains 2 monuments to the victims. But the Mountain Meadows Monument Foundation, to which the Kirkmans belong, wants to see the church turn the land over to the government to be made into a national monument.
Although no event in history can fully be known.
Church elder Henry B. Eyring said the church expressed, quote, profound regret for what happened, but he stopped short of apologizing for the church's involvement in the killings.
We know that the body count was at least 120.
But Mormon church historian Richard E. Turley says Eyring's message is a huge step in the healing process, as is the church's major admission.
Those who were primarily responsible for the massacre were members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Another first. Turley also says the Mormon Church is open to the idea of sitting down with descendant groups to talk about turning the meadows over to the government.
Today was, I think, our day.
Frank Kirkman says the ceremony was a special one, and he's looking forward to the day when the land where his forefathers rest will be memorialized forever as a national monument.
We have to continue to be vocal about issues involving our ancestors that sacrificed their lives here.
Now, one of the other major descendants groups announced it would join the MMMF in calling for national monument status. Now an estimated 80% of descendants support that idea.
All right, thank you, Clint.
Thanks, Clint.
Well, for decades after the massacre, many believed that Utah's Paiute Indians perpetrated the massacre. Tribal leaders say they're glad the church's announcement was able to clear the issue up once and for all. And for more on our special assignments, you can go to our website, kmph.com. Just click on the special assignment icon located on the left-hand side of the page.